Hello and welcome to Teasing the NFL. This is your destination for NFL teaser bets. I'm Daniel Saludo along with Andrew Chang here. With the 2021 season coming up, we thought it'd be a great idea to actually try and explain kind of what goes through the process of betting on an NFL game, going through teaser bets and some of the strategies that we have going on. So this is kind of part one of a 4-part series of kind of teaser betting 101. So
dang, nice little educational series. I like that we're about to learn, y'all. To our returning viewers and subscribers, thank you so much. It's been a long-awaited 6 months, and I am pretty excited. This money that I've been saving has been burning a hole in my pocket.
Big bet's coming for you.
Hey, man.
Can't wait for it. Can't wait for it.
I'm ready. So, Danny, tell us, what are some of the basics that we should be getting ready for heading into the NFL season, as long with goes with betting and all that stuff?
Yeah, so we're going to start from the basics, 101 basically here, and that is when you go to make a bet or you look at your betting lines, you're going to see several different things. You're going to see a spread, you're going to see a total, and then you'll see a money line as well. So we'll start with the spread, and basically the spread, all that is just the set number of points that one team is favored by in the game, aka
a handicap.
Yeah, it's the handicap for the game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what a lot of it is. So you'll see any number ranging from 0 all the way up to plus or minus. I think the biggest line we've ever seen was like 28, 21, 26, something like that. Maybe 21.
Ooh, yeah. It gets up there, especially when you do the teasers. Yeah. So we'll explain that.
So basically, what it is it's the betting line of how much you think a team is going to win or lose by. So if you take our two favorite teams, for example, not the one he's wearing, but if you take my Pittsburgh Steelers and playing them against the Tennessee,
not the Tennessee Titans.
You wish they were that good.
Don't you say? Oh man, hey, man, I'm about to walk off the set right now, dude. I'm about to walk. Oh, what?
If you take the Steelers versus the Texans, they would probably be about 4. So what would happen is Pittsburgh would be at -4. If you see a team that has a minus next to them, that means they are the favorite and that they have to win by that number. So the Steelers are -4, they would have to win by more than 4 points. On the flip side, the Texans would be +4, and that means they can lose the game by 4 points and you would still make you can lose the game by less than 4 points and you would win your bet. Now, one of the things is if you fall on that number, so if you bet the Steelers and they win the game by just 4 points, or if you bet the Texans and they lose by 4 points, you get a push. So basically, you would get your money back, essentially, but you would lose what's called the VIG, or the juice. And so that's 10% of what your actual bet is.
And we're above overachieving people, so when we push on our records, it actually counts as a loss.
Yeah.
Because technically, you do lose the juice, but you don't really lose much. You could have lost a whole lot more, so take it as it is, but we're a little overachievers and we're our own harshest critic, minus the Dolphins fans. But that's what we do for y'all. So
yeah, and then it's not uncommon for you to see something like 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, and what that means is there won't be any push. You're either gonna pick a side that wins the game or loses the game by the spread. So if it ends up being a 4.5 game, if the Steelers win by more than 4.5 points, i.e. 5 points or more, you would win the bet. But if they win by less than 4.5 points or 4 points or less, then the Texans win that bet. So that's part one of that, is the spread. The second part of a betting line that you'll see is the total. And I'll let Andrew take part 2 of this, which is the total.
The simpleton will take the simple route. Fantastic. So total is the sum of your points, as mathematically that is correct. So let's just say the over-under, or the total for this game that Vegas is giving us, again, we're still talking about hypothetically, his Steelers versus my pitiful Texans. I would say, man, I would give the line maybe 36. Would you say that's pretty good?
It would be more. It'd probably be something like 45.
Well, if it was 45, it'd definitely be an under game. So 45 being the total means that The Texans and the Steelers will combine their points. If it goes over 45 and you bet the over, guess what? You win. Yep. Sit back, relax. That's not going to change. Now, that's why I'm an over guy. So, henceforth, if you bet the under, if it's under 45, let's just say the Texans get 0 points on the board, which is very likely. And, since the Steelers are away, they don't play that well. So let's just say they get 14 points. Guess what? That's an under, and that's a win if you bet the under 45. Going back to that half point, let's say it's 45 and a half, and that over under. If it just falls on 45, guess what? You lost. You lost by that half point, right? And the totals are pretty easy. Sometimes when I don't like the teams, I'll just be like, okay, I like their offense, I like their defense. I think it'll just kind of land right in the middle. But I'm always an over guy. Once you hit the over, you can always relax and focus on something else.
Yep. So again, as you said, it's the total points scored in the game combined by both teams. So if you're looking at a 45, you're looking for both teams to score more than 45 points. If you're looking at under 45, then you're looking for both teams to score less than 45 points. And so both of those two are the main ways that people bet NFL lines. The third way is what's called the money line. And it's not as commonly used, and the reason why is because it's a higher discrepancy of numbers. So in this example of a Steelers versus Texans game, the money line would probably be something around, the Steelers would probably be minus 200, I would guess, minus 200. And then the Texans would be plus probably 170, would be my guess. So what that means is at minus 200, you have to bet $200 to win $100. That's basically to make the equivalency. If the money line is minus 300, then you have to bet 300 to win 100. So always you match the minus number in a money line to make $100. On the other side, if you see a plus next to the team, so in this case it would be plus 170, you would have to bet $100 to win $170. So that's because they're the underdog, they're expected to lose the game, and so you are getting what is considered plus money on a team who should lose the game. And we'll bet it on a rare occasion if we find there's a really good value there, but it's not something that we do very often. A lot of pro bettors do not like to do it unless it's like, unless they handicap the game really well and the money line looks really good.
And you know what? A good example of that was last season. And we fell into this trap, Danny and I, of how we thought the Rams would easily go past the winless New York Jets. They were winless, first of all. So I'm pretty sure that money line for the Jets was like plus 8?
I think it was probably closer to a plus 1,000.
Yeah,
that would be my guess.
It's just like, okay, like that's really gambling because this team is awful. They have not won a single game. But every so often, if you get those right odds and it's like, you know what, I went pretty well this week and I got some extra money. Let me just go ahead and bet $100 on the Jets money line.
Yep.
And you know what? You would have won big that game for sure. But usually, the money line is just for, that extra assurance. Let's say, I don't know if. I know KC will win the game against the Texans, but I just don't know how close it is. And some people will, have that extra sense of security that says, you know what, I'll just bet, extra money to get my single unit. But, for us, I don't think in a channel that we emphasize value on that there is any value in that, unless you're a hardcore Steelers fan and they're going to be plus 800 against a team that secretly that somehow they might come out on top. And I'll throw some money out there. But as for me, I think the Texans are going to be plus money lines for the whole season.
A lot.
So I don't know. I don't know about me, man. But
the thing about money line bets is that if you're looking at a minus number, you have to put a lot of money in to get a smaller amount. That's the advantage the casino or the book has. So if you bet more than like 170 minus 170, you're putting up a lot of money to gain not so much. So it's considered what's called minus EV or expected value, and over time, if you bet that consistently, you will be a loser in the long run.
Yeah, it is kind of scary. I did something I shouldn't do in the off season. I bet another sport, so I was.
I've done that too.
I was itching a little bit, and I bet on college basketball. I believe at Elite 8, I think was what, minus 400 some. So basically I had to risk $400 to win $100. I said, dude, that is insane. But then the points were just like, which I never really got in basketball because that's not my sport that I usually bet on. So I was daunted. But, the cougar in me was just like, what? I think they got this. Yeah, I'll go ahead and risk $400. I've never sweated hard in my life, America. And then I was just like, they won. I was like, never again. Never again. For 400 to win one, never.
Yeah, so that's why you generally stay away from the money line unless you know what you're really, really, really doing. So that's the basics of betting in the NFL. You're looking at spreads, you're looking at totals, and then you're looking at the money line if you feel like having extra little bit of gamble in you. So stay tuned for the rest of this kind of, we'll call it Teasing 101 series. The next video is all about teasing. That is what this channel is about, teasing the NFL. But we thought it'd be nice to be able to get like the baseline of where an NFL bet starts from, and then you stack on the teaser and then strategies that come along with it.
Oh man, I'm so excited. You guys don't have to wait 3 weeks, 3 months to have a good ROI on your portfolio. Now we can just wait 3 hours and know that, hey, we made money or we lost money. So I'm so excited about that, man. Woo! I cannot wait.
We're what, 5 weeks away. We're a month away. We're about a month away. So
getting ready, man. That means fantasy is coming too. Hey.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that as well. I'm not even the champion this season, but I mean, I will be this coming season.
You'll always be a champion to me.
Yeah,
well, for sure. Second champion. So there we go.
But let us know in the comments below how you bet, if you prefer sides or what they call spreads or totals, or if you like
one of those
to gamble on the money
people
line.
That like money line.
If you like that, let us know in the comments, or if you have any favorite teams that you like to bet on, let us know. We always like seeing that. But until next time, for Andrew Chang, I'm Daniel Saludo. If you like the content in this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe, take the notification bell, and select all. That way you stay up to date with all of our latest videos and previews for this season coming up, because we have weeks to go and we cannot wait. But until then, make sure you get your bets in. And of course, don't forget to be a tease.